Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS Inform. I'm your host, Bill Potter. We're going to find out about the C.T.E. program in the local high schools in this program. Joining us in the studio is Jared Howard. Jared, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you are the director of the Patoka Valley C.T.E., which is in the local high schools. Mm-hmm. What is C.T.E.?
Well, C.T.E. is career and technical education. It's taken the place, used to be called vocational education or Voc Tech back in the old days.
Okay. But back in the day, I guess we called it shop, and
yep.
we called it home ec.
Yes, yep, called it home ec and shop, and things have changed, as you know, in the last 10 or 15 years. Mm-hmm. Great strides have been made with technology, and so we have a lot of exciting things going on in our schools.
Now, this is a program that is in high schools, mm-hmm. and who is taking these classes?
Well, we have all kinds of students that take the classes. Some of them may be college-bound students. Some of them may want to enter the workforce directly. We're spread out. It's a large geographic area. We have 10 school corporations in southern Indiana, so it's Perry County. There's all 3 schools in Perry County. Heritage Hills is in Spencer County. We have the 4 Du Bois County schools, East Gibson, which is Wood Memorial, and then Pike Central. So it's a big area where kids are traveling and doing a lot of different things.
Yeah, and this is the program where, because I know I've heard that, well, students have to go from one school to another, mm-hmm. Because that is offered there. What specific classes are we talking about? Give people an idea of what we're talking about.
We have about 17 programs where students leave school for 1 to 3 periods a day and travel to another school to get training. So in Du Bois County, we have health science at Jasper, automotive at Southridge Automotive Tech, and we have radio and TV at Jasper, and we have criminal justice at Forest Park, and then we have ed professions. It's at Northeast Du Bois for students that want to enter the field of education. The teacher is based out of Northeast Du Bois, but they actually do their training at where they're from, so they stay in their communities. And then Pike Central trains our welders and precision machinists. They also have a criminal justice program. And our Forest Park students, they travel to Heritage Hills for automotive. And we have a health science program at East Gibson, Wood Memorial. And then Tell City has construction trades. They also have a health science. They train for CNAs. And then we have an auto tech program there as well.
Now, we're talking about programs for high school. This sounds like occupations that they're taking or something, classes they would take after they get a job out in the market, and these would be classes but these are classes they're taking while they're in high school that get them ready for the market.
Well, you know, we try to make sure when we go out and we recruit and we talk to students in our high schools, we want to have a program for everyone. We have programs that are college bound. If you're going to be a nurse, and you go through our health science programs, it's going to require some post-secondary education, but we also have programs that require no post-secondary education, such as our welding students. If you go to welding at Pike Central, they're going to get an AWS certification. Most of them join, at least half. We have 20 in that, generally. About half of them join the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Union. The other ones join the Boilermakers, and they're making $80,000 or third year out of school. We have a precision machinist who some of them go to Vincennes. We're connected with Vincennes University. So some go there for a year and a half and graduate and work all over the country, and some enter the workforce directly. We have our automotive programs have an ASC certification, the student certification, so they can go for 2 years at the high school and then go out and work at one of our local automotive places that we have and earn additional certifications. We have a CNA program at 3 schools, and Jasper has one, Wood Memorial has it, and Tell City has it. So our students can earn a CNA and go right into work. So we have a lot of different avenues, pathways that our students can go through, and it's been a great experience for our students.
I guess it's kind of a change. It seems like in the 90s, maybe the 80s, 90s, the whole goal was all kids have to go to college. Yes. All kids have to go to a 4-year college and get a college degree. Mm-hmm. And then they realized, well, college isn't right for everybody, and there are vocations that are great jobs. And so it's coming back? Is it?
It is. You know, in 1970, 25% of jobs in Du Bois County and in Indiana about 25% required a 4-year degree, and about 25% of the graduates went to school, so it matched up perfect. So all those guys are females and men that went to post-secondary, they were able to get a job. And what we found now is about 90% of our graduates go to college in DuBois County. Still, only 25% of the jobs in Indiana and DuBois County require a 4-year degree. And I know why that's happened as parents. I've got a 4-year degree and I want my students to get the education that they need. But the reality is 50% of them don't go back after their first year. DuBois County has the highest graduation rate in the state of Indiana at 35%. So that means 90% that are going or 80% that are going, only 35% are graduating. 50% of them are either underemployed or not even employed in a job that's related to where they went to school, and they have $25,000 in student loans. So it makes sense that we need to do a better job in our schools. Schools were originally developed to prepare people for the workforce. And we're going back and taking some steps, and not that we don't want students to go to college, because we do. Mm-hmm. If they need it, then they need to go. But we also want our students and parents to know we have a lot of great opportunities for students that want to be trained in high school that can go out and make as much or more money than those who've gone to school.
It sounds like we're going beyond just training people for the workforce. We are creating certified workers ready to come out and get to work.
We have some tremendous industry partners that have, Memorial Hospital has partnered with us. They came to us 2 years ago and said there was a CNA shortage. We said, well, let's come up with something. So they actually sent an instructor to our school, and we pay Memorial Hospital for her services, and we had 12 students go through that last year. All 12 passed their CNAs, and they're out working right now at Memorial Hospital and Good Samaritan. We have industry partners that are partners with us for internships. We have about 135 students that leave school half a day to either go in and work when they're seniors or go through an internship, a professional internship in accounting or engineering or computer technology. We have a great computer tech, I didn't mention that one earlier, at VUJC, where they go there half a day and get an A+ certification where they can go out and work. So Seth Sickbert, he's in charge of our work-based learning program, and he's on the road. We have these students that leave and let's just say they want to be an engineer. Mm-hmm. They would go out and work at Versteel or Kimball or Master Brand or Jasper Engines as an engineer, work with an engineer every day for the whole year. Same thing for accounting, same thing for all those professional jobs. So we have programs that are geared towards people that don't want to go to college, but we have programs such as this one where we want our students that are going to college to be able to experience it in high school, to decide whether I do want to do it or no, I don't. And it's saving parents and students a bunch of money, because I'm going to say 1/3 of the time after they complete the internship, they think, well, I don't think I want to do that, which
Right.
is a big cost savings.
The logistics of all this has got to be crazy.
It is a
You
little
have
bit.
really probably got quite a job trying to keep all of this lined out.
We have at the beginning of school, it's always a little. We used to all be on different calendars.
Right.
You can imagine 10 school corporations starting at different times. And basically, if you attend a program, if you go to school at, let's just say, Jasper, and you go to school at Pike Central for welding, you're living on Jasper's calendar, and you're also living on Pike Central's calendar, because you have to go to school at both places. What we've done, and we have 500 kids in our shared programs, so 500 kids are on the road every day, traveling to different places. So it's a challenge at the beginning of school to make sure everybody gets where they're supposed to be. I will say that our DuBois County schools superintendents have worked together and come up with a countywide calendar, and has made it much easier. Pike Central has adopted one very similar, so that's helped us. And so our students that are traveling inside our cooperative, we're trying to get the school calendars as close as we can so that there's not days where they're going half a day at one school and half a day at another one.
Now, since you're involved in all these schools, how are you funded? How does that work? Because all the schools have their own budgets.
They do. We schools, for every student that's in a CTE program, the schools get additional funding for that. And so we're funded to the state through each school corporation, and then I'm employed by 10 school corporations, so I have services that, of course, each school corporation pays a part of my salary to go out and recruit students into their programs for them and help their teachers. We also, last year, we wrote about $310,000 worth of grants to use on purchasing equipment and supplies for our programs. It's been usually we used to get we would write one for about 140,000, and we've expanded that last year, and so we have some updated equipment, such as plasma cutters and welding, where they're doing some fantastic things in all of our programs, and so our funding comes through state funding through the corporations, but it also comes from grant money, federal grant money, that we can disperse to the schools.
Does a school get to say, hey, we want to be the welding school, or we want to be the nursing school? Or does that kind of depend?
We try to make it, they're not territorial, okay, but then again it is. We don't want to borrow other students from other programs. For example, Wood Memorial has a program. So we funnel Pike Central students into Wood Memorial's program so that more opportunities are opened up for the Du Bois County students that go to Jasper. When we start new programs, we try to start programs that are not duplicates, because we want to make sure that our programs are full, that it's cost effective for our schools. And so when we start, for example, our students from Forest Park were traveling all the way to Pike Central for criminal justice, and for a 1-hour criminal justice program. So they've decided that it was best to start their own, and so Southridge and Forest Park have combined, and they go there, and the Jasper students go there. We take about 18 to 20 students in our automotive program each year. This year we had almost 40 applicants to get in that program at Southridge. So we moved Forest Park to Heritage Hills to their automotive program so we had more students that could be accepted. So it's we want to make sure that we have as many students as we can. So we will funnel kids in different directions to accommodate as many as we can.
Sounds like it's a pretty fluid program that changes year to year.
It is. There's changes each year. We used to have a construction trades program in our county, and they would build a house each year or every other year. And Tell City has a program that's fantastic. And we lost our enrollment several years ago, and the enrollments went down. It wasn't cost effective, and I think we had a teacher that retired, and those things happen. Mm-hmm. And so now, like for next year, it's on our agenda. We're meeting with the Builders Association here in a couple of weeks of trying to get that program revamped, because we have a big shortage in Du Bois County of bricklayers and drywallers and electricians and general construction jobs.
Not that it's confusing, but it sounds pretty confusing because you're involving so many schools, and there's so much movement, so many moving parts in all that you do. But it really comes down to getting high schoolers into a program that suits them, that they will get jobs when they get out.
We want to serve our community, and we want to serve our students, and we want to provide the best opportunity we can for all of our students. Not the top 25% or not the bottom, but all of them. Mm-hmm. And so we try to create programs. If we have a local need and industry wants to come and sit at the table, we will meet with them. And if we can come up with a way to meet their needs and say, hey, students will benefit from this too, then we are welcome to start new programs, because we want to benefit our community and we want to benefit our students in the best way.
Okay, and to wrap things up, how can somebody contact you if they really would like more information, or an industry say, we'd like to see some CNC programming?
Well, you can contact me at my office, 812-482-7662. You can go to Patoka Valley C.T.E.com,
okay.
Patoka Valley C.T.E.com, and all of our information is on there. And if anyone has any questions, they can feel free to give me a call.
It sounds like a great program. Good luck with it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Continued success.
Thank you.
Because you are having success.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching WJTS Inform. Our guest has been Jared Howard. He is the director of Patoka Valley C.T.E. Thank you for watching. We are local people watching local people.